Good morning, everybody. It's Thursday, and I'm now set up where I can record hands-free, so it's much more relaxing now to do videos. And was considering yesterday what to talk about this morning, and what came to me is a foundational subject to bring up. And, you know, when we're young, we learn about things that we really don't think a whole lot about later in life. For example, the planet Earth rotates on its axis once every 24 hours, and the Earth orbits around the Sun once every 365 and 1/4 days. And it's been doing that for a really long time. And because of that constant, we don't think too much about it. But the fact is, we have things like clocks and calendars which allow us to organize time in a way to allow us to be very productive and literally build society on. And if the Earth slowed down its actual rotation by just 1 minute and nobody ever bothered to adjust the clocks, then in 60 days our clocks would be off by an hour. And if the Earth's orbit around the Sun slowed down by just a day and nobody noticed, eventually our calendars would be off by one whole day. And in order to make that adjustment, millions of people would have to have their birthday axed. So how would people decide who gets the axe? And people probably never thought about these things before. And the reason for me bringing it up is to ask the question as to why these constants in nature are there. And really, there's only two answers, one of two answers that can be given. And that is that our solar system operates according to law, and the movement of the planets around the Sun is the outworking of this universal law. Or we're just lucky that we have this arrangement and that we're able to take advantage of it in a way that we have. And that's kind of controversial, again, because it can't be both. Either the universe is governed by law, or there is no law and everything is just a matter of luck. Now, when we use the word luck nowadays, we tend to use that as a synonym for fortune. Something fortunate happens to somebody, we say they're lucky. He's a lucky guy. He married a really good girl. But at the same time, people can use that word as a judgment. For example, if I were to tell Richard, you're just lucky that you built Hex and that it works, that wouldn't go over very well, because the fact of the matter is, Hex is the result of thousands of hours of mental labor and creativity and discipline and commitment. Luck had nothing to do with it. It was the result of work. So, it's easy for one to grasp the prospect of law if they've ever built something worthwhile, like Hex, for example. But really, the most worthwhile thing a person could ever build is character. And what I mean by character is the essence of who you are as a result of your knowledge of law and how you have responded to that knowledge. And when I use the word law, what I mean by definition is law is that which is established, laid down, or fixed. Law cannot be changed, it can't be amended, it can't be repealed. And the real challenge that people have with acknowledging the existence of law is that people by nature want to be a law unto themselves. And this is the very thing that allowed fear to come into the human existence in the first place, is man wanting to make himself a law unto himself. So, the reason for bringing this up is the fact that I've opened several cans of worms over the last 2 weeks or so that I've been making these videos, and the fact is there are a lot of loose ends. There's a lot of things that I've talked about that I haven't really presented an adequate conclusion on. And the reason for that is I really have not laid a foundation that ties all of these topics together until now. This is the foundation. This is what brings it all together, because everything in nature is connected to law. And because of that, there is a cause and effect relationship that is existent in everything in life because of the presence of law. It's the prime cause. And people who don't want to accept that have a tendency to rely on luck as a substitute for a prime cause. We use words like fate and other things, probability, to explain away the possibility of there being a cause, to explain the effects that come into our lives. And as I said, everything that I've presented thus far and will continue to talk about all comes back to this, because the ultimate goal in life is to come to an understanding of law and to live your life in harmony with law in order for your best good to be fulfilled. Once you have that, you pretty much have everything. Everything else that comes into your life is just a tool to make that original foundation that much stronger. So this is what has come to me to share this morning. As I said, this is foundational to everything else, and it will allow me personally to be a little more free to pursue all these matters in greater depth. So that's what I'm going to end with for now, and I look forward to getting into all this more and to get back into other matters that I've already talked about. So have a good day, everyone, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.